That's going to be a nice wood.
So that's the project you're working on, Mike?
Set we're working on for John.
What kind of club is that?
These are Stan Thompson's persimmon.
Yeah?
They've been flattened out to 48, weighted up 14 ounces.
What kind of year do you think those were built in? Originally?
Well, I don't know on the Stan Thompson's. They're a little hard to identify, but they can go back quite a ways. This set, I don't know. I don't know how old they are.
So how long you been repairing and collecting clubs?
Oh, I came back from Korea in '79, and one of the guys at the Presidio taught me how to refinish. So I started refinishing, learning in 1980. So I've been at it since then, and gradually just built all this collection of stuff.
So people just come find you, people in the know?
I don't advertise. I don't welcome everybody into the house. It has to be somebody I know or been referred. It's a hobby. It's not a business.
You ever take them out and swing them, or just collect them?
I'll swing a lot of the stuff that's in there. Unfortunately, at my advanced age, I need all the help I can get. So about the only thing I've adopted the lags is the irons for weight and loft and lie. But I'm working on persimmon. I may get to it. We'll see. I don't know.
So do you have a particular favorite club or favorite set that you could show us?
Well, a particular favorite club is a Wilson R20 or R90. I have 8 or 10 of those that I keep for playing. I'll mix it up once in a while if they get a little bit stale with a Boki or something like that. And then when I go back to the R20, it always feels so good. It feels excellent. But I play forged blades. I've gone to a forged cavity back Mizuno because I need a little bit of help with the off-center hits, although I have a set of old 67 Hagens that I hit pretty well. It's the first set that I worked with John on developing for myself. And I like those. They feel really good.
Great. Well, thank you.
The R90s, these are the R90 R20s that I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah, look at those.
Yeah. And they come in varying degrees of wear.
Yep.
And there's nothing careful with them. There's nothing wrong with a worn one. It shows a lot of play, and it's probably because it was a good wedge, although you can find excellent clubs with the original markings.
Yeah, we saw John checking the ball up nicely with a worn club today.
Pardon? You were what?
He was checking the ball up nicely with a worn sandwich today.
Yeah, they're great. This group down here are all really excellent clubs.
This is your putter stash, huh?
Really good, still got good markings on them. There, and there's a lot of named wedges there. Saracens, Revoltas, Denny Shoots. Some of the harder to find, odd R-series wedges.
It's remarkable. Where did you get all these clubs?
They find me. Some are bought off of eBay at a good price. Some find me. Some are traded. There's 30 some odd years worth of collection here.
Yeah, it's great.
The problem with O2s you have to be very careful with what you do. This one actually is a copy. And that's a late model copy that looks good. The patina is pretty good on it.
Really?
Yeah. And it has the original 6-inch head speed shaft. It doesn't have the original grip of the band, but I know that's a copy.
I would never have known.
Most folks won't. That's why you have to be very careful with O2s. Whereas with 8813, you can be a little more sure. This is an original. If you go with the black chrome or the black 8802, you're pretty safe. And they usually had white paint. A lot of them will have a fluted shaft, like the bullseyes. They're all over hosel. But the black ones were supposedly store-lined, but they're the soft metal, and they're excellent golf clubs. You'd be pretty confident that they're correct.
That's great.
They made them in flat black and also in black chrome.
Now for the persimmons, so the 4 big ones I've always heard are the M85, the 945W, the LFF, and one more that I can't remember.
Well, the 945 I think was Nicholas's club.
Right.
The M85s have been a classic for years. The M75s are excellent. They just were a little softer shaft and a slightly smaller head. M85s were extra stiff to extra stiff. The M75s were a little stiffer than regular. The M65s were more of a senior light regular. The M55s were the senior ladies clubs.
Those ever cross your path? Do you have any of those stashed back here?
Do I have one?
Any of those clubs back here?
Well, I have a few of the odd ones. Here's an M85 driver.
Nice.
But this is a super Iomatic. This is a 57 model. The difference being the notchback on the insert.
Yep.
Still a premium club. I don't believe they're quite as valuable as the black, white, black M85 Iomatic, a little bit earlier club. But they're excellent heads, and they're actually really good playing clubs.
Right.
The 693 is one of the better clubs. The comparable models there are the Model 65.
That's the one I couldn't think of, is a 693.
95, which was, I can't remember if it was a half-inch longer or a half-inch shorter. The same head, just an odd marking. And then you run into some esoteric models, P59s, P40s, some of the Pennas.
Yep.
A lot of good wood from those ages. But probably the premier persimmon, in my opinion, is probably the 945 Iomatic.
Yep.
And that came in Iomatic or red fiber insert. They're both exceptional golf clubs. Very hard to find and very desirable.
Incredible. Okay, what is this one again?
This is a Byron Nelson Open Champion, probably pre-1940.
No insert.
No insert.
If you get spine fill, you pressure down into the right foot.
Pre-1940, and look how nice it looks still to this day. Still looking great.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous club. Shaft's a little bit pitted, but honestly, it's perfectly playable.
Yep.
And it has the original long cord grip on it.
There it is.
Usually the suffix T on a McGregor M80 would indicate a cord
grip. Yep. So are you redoing the paint fill on those guys, or?
Well, as you're doing the paint, no. What I did with these was I bored them out and fitted them up with extra stiff True Temper Dynamic shafts.
Yep.
These were takeouts from some Tri-Specs, but they're just like new and they're beautiful shafts. And then weighted them up so that these once they're bent will be ABS specs.
So I don't see any tape on those. Did you put the weight inside?
Well, on these, I've put the tape. One of the nice things about working with some of the Wilson clubs is they have. See if I've got one here. They've got the bore-through feature, and you can take the plugs out. And you get the weight real low.
Yep.
It's hard to see, but there's a lead circle here. So the bottom of this club is lead, and there's very little other. You have to use quite a bit more in the wedge 9 and 8 to get them up to John's specs, but the others were pretty easy to do.
Very interesting.